Hey, 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 it's another fall day. Well, this is driving with just Lisa. I just got off an appointment. I almost flashed a sign, but my clients didn't want that house. So I didn't flash the sign for the agent because they don't want that house. So I figured, well, not going to help that agent if they don't want that house. So apparently they like the other house. So we're going to think about that and see if I got a right offer. But anyways, interesting clients they are. He's a tough one to work with, and she's kind of funny because she's more like me as far as personality and things like that. So she's one of my friends, kids, friends, mom, something like that. So anyways, yeah, I kind of get people through different ways, and it's just kind of funny because this mister just reminds me of my husband. And every time I see him, he just reminds me more and more of my husband. But man, he is a hard nut to crack. And it took me some time. And I know in the beginning we were butting heads because he's strong and I'm strong. And I was trying to tell something. And he knows a lot. And hey, that's okay. So I just learned, where I needed to be. And today went rather well. Whether we had all of our hiccups of showing up at wrong houses and having to wait and people getting lost and no reception with GPS, and we find where we need to be, and just all that rigmarole. And funny, where it's the same clients that I was with, if anybody listened to a previous video where I had a crazy rigmarole to try to get to a showing, and I was probably 15 minutes late and no reception to communicate, lost the house, GPS had me in a field, but yet we arrived at the exact same time. So anyways, interesting with these clients, and I think I've kind of got him a little softer. I don't know, dudes carries gun, so yeah, I don't mess with him, but yeah, we're doing a lot better. And I kind of played a lot of games of he said something, so I agreed with him, so I hopped by him and stand there with my arms folded looking at her, and then she'd say something, I'd hop back over her side and stare at him like, what are you gonna say about that? And he'd say something, I'd hop back over to him and stare at her. And so I was having fun, and we did a lot of fist bumps because they both had very valid arguments for both sides on what their decisions were. And I'm sorry, man, when you're spending $200, $300, $400 or more $100, thousands of dollars actually, I mean, usually for most people, a home is the biggest purchase or one of the biggest purchases of their lives. So I just listen to some of these agents, and they push and they do whatever they can to make the sale. And I'm over here, we need to discuss to see who's going to be happy. And, I feel like that realtor on TV that tries to find something for him and find something for her where they both have to agree. And so, find comedy where you can, especially when they're arguing. So you got to figure out how to lighten that load, because man, I mean, they were not arguing by definition of yelling, but they were discussing very, immensely, I guess I could put it. That argument, no, but very immense discussions. So yeah, so I decided to lighten that load and jump back and forth and go, yeah, what he said, and jump back, yeah, what she said, and yeah, well, I'm staying with her. Well, oh wait, he said something, jump over to his side and stand there with my arms folded and staring at her. So anyways, I just kind of ended it with, okay, boss, let me know what you like to do. I mean, and I use the word boss, and hey, that's respect, really. And they understand my humor, so they get it. I mean, they're in control. They're the ones who are making the decision. I'm just waiting for instructions on my next move. So, good luck on their decisions. I think they discounted the one I was just showing. They're thinking about the first one I did show for the day. And we're going to go from there. I couldn't even call the agent when sitting in the driveway because I had no phone reception, emergency use only again. I thought that was interesting. Why was I in emergency use only? But I could call my client, wondering if you're lost. I found that. I could call, apparently the agent wasn't an emergency, but my client, finding out where she was, the call went through. So if I'm on emergency phone calls, then my client must be an emergency, for the fact I could call her only during my emergency blackout on my phone, where I couldn't get GPS on my phone. My car again put me in the middle of a field when trying to find this home. So yet, it didn't even have, I was on a street. My GPS showed I was in the middle of a cornfield, even though my car was on a street, saying I had arrived. And again, there was no house. So I had to find it about a quarter of a half a mile away. Unfortunately, when you're on the right street, you just kind of go by mailbox numbers and hope for a real estate sign. This time, out in the country, there was one. So that was a little easier today. But some of these homes, and they're all full of trees, they got 2 numbers on their mailbox, no sign, and they got a house for sale. It really helps if you have some indication for that home, if it's for sale, a sign, if we are going by the numbers, if the mailbox has simply all of the numbers for us to try to locate the home. Anyways, we found it. Apparently there's one about 2 doors down, much bigger. But yeah, it's for sale too. So people are showing up over there, can't even find the house with, no sign and missing numbers. So surprise. Everybody, apparently I could find it. But everyone take care. Just, hey, America flag. That's nice, isn't it? Could use some wind to get that sticking out straight. Would be nice. But anyways, everyone take care. Thanks for the ride. Thanks for listening. Just things to think about, I guess, or me to think about. But thanks for watching. Take care.